As I already said once, that Arjuna's difficulty in understanding Krishna was that there was no Chinmayananda between them. Supposing you have read this portion, what would you have understood? They are in me, I am not in them. Confusion. And the next stanza he says that they are not in me. You feel like saying that, Krishna, go and sleep a little and then come back fresh. You are not talking sense, because it's contradictory. See? So Arjuna could not clearly understand this relationless relationship. Krishna, anticipating that he will have confusion, he gives a beautiful analogy from the world outside. To drive home, to screw it into him, what? This conception of a relationless relationship. Yatha, just as Akasha Sthitaha, ever remaining in space. What? Vayu, air, sarvatraga, pervading everywhere. Mahan! And this Vayu, the atmospheric air, is very, very powerful. So long as it is quietly lying down, in a sattvic mood, we all enjoy. If the breeze becomes a little more strong, oh, it's very windy today, let us go inside, isn't it? And the wind starts howling, and it slowly increases in speed, 100, 200, 250 miles an hour. It has become a storm. It can sweep everything in front. All your technological development and knowledge cannot stop it. And don't forget, where does the storm exist? In space. Where does he created all these devastations? In space. And then what happened? The storm fizzled itself, exhausted itself by the time it reached San Francisco. Where? In space. Think. Did he break the space? It cannot. Though mightiest of the mighty forces, the storm rises in space, exists in space all the time, gathers its speed in space, devastates and destroys everything in front of it. Nothing can stop it. And after that devastation, the storm exhausts himself. Where? In space. Think. And for all its might and glory, it could not bring a scratch upon space. Tadha, similarly, sarvani bhutani, all things and beings in the universe, mastani, they are all in me. Ityupadharaya, well firmly understand in yourself. Meaning, the first war, the second war, or the third war that is yet to come, they are all devastations, no doubt. And the wars end. All happening in him. As the storm destroys everything in space, everything is done. Happening, good and bad, all in him. But he is not affected by them. This idea has been already expounded in the previous chapter. Sarva bhutani, all things and beings in this world, prakritim yanti mamikam, they all ultimately enter into my prakriti. Prakriti, my vasanas. They become unmanifest. Every individual, every day, you and your world becomes unmanifest. and comes back to manifest. All living beings thus enter into that state of unmanifest, and next day morning they come back. So the total mind, when it sleeps, the total universe of names and forms merge into total vasana. Kalpakshaye punasthani. So in the end of the kalpa, again, end of kalpa. Kalpa is a long period of time. Again, kalpadau visarjamyaham. And at the beginning of a new kalpa, I project them. In the end of the kalpa, all of them merge back. Meaning, when you are sleeping, your world is ended. When the total mind sleeps, the total world is ended. Ended means not gone anywhere. From the manifest to the unmanifest. And from the unmanifest back again to the manifest is called creation. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you will be just as you are now. You cannot be anything else. If a saint sleeps and wakes up, he will be saintly. If a scoundrel sleeps and wakes up, he will become a scoundrel. Helpless. Because I was sleeping and at that time I was not done any sin at all, and therefore next day morning wake up I will... No. A doctor when he sleeps, he doesn't ever wake up as an engineer. Even though an engineer was in the same room. If the engineer had cold, yes, doctor can also get a bad cold. But not knowledge. In the same way, Kalpakshaye, in the end of the kalpa, the whole universe merges. And in the beginning of the kalpa, the same universe, as before, emerges out. So it is useless for you and I to say that the Lord is not intelligent enough to create a better world. He cannot create a better world. Each one of us is giving our blueprint to Him with our vasanas. He is only a contractor. The contractor cannot change the blueprint. He builds a building according to the blueprint given. And you cannot complain that my bedroom is so small. That is what you wanted. There are no sitting room. You never had. Your plan never had. Contractor is not responsible. You gave him a blueprint. According to him, he built it up. Similarly, each one of you. You wanted to be a doctor, you became a doctor. And having become a doctor, I don't know why God made me a doctor. It's absurd. You are complaining against the plan of the house, and you are complaining it to the contractor. What can the poor contractor do? Has he done it exactly as it is in the blueprint? That is all. Thing. Thus you and I, with our thoughts, with our vasanas, give him a blueprint, and he has to fulfill that is his job. So when the total mind wakes up, he has to project a world in which every one of us must find a beautiful field to exhaust our own past. So there is no meaning in saying that the Lord is not doing His work properly. So if you want not this chaotic world of sorrow and pain and agony, you have to change. By yourself changing the attitude towards the world and your values, you are invoking a better world. The poor creator has no freedom to create what he wants. He is creating for you to serve you, rather, to fulfill your desires or your demands.